Hi, this is Dhananjayan. I wish all the Auteur viewers very happy Diwali and wishing a great time with the website. Cinema is, what do you call, it's with my birth, I can say that. Right from the age of 4 to 5, I've been watching films. My mother is a big film freak. She used to watch lots of films. In fact, in a village, where I was close to, Andhra border, there are 3 theatres, we used to call during talkies, and we used to go to the theatre, and we sat and we'd be sitting and watching films like that. I used to watch a lot of Telugu cinema and Tamil cinema. There used to be 2 Telugu cinema theatres and 1 Tamil cinema theatre. So I used to watch lots and lots of films from the age of 4 to 5. And there, the number of days a film runs is not more than 3 days. We don't have the concept of weekly there. It's like 3 days, one film will run, then another 3 days, another film will run. So it's like we used to watch lots and lots of films every week, in the sense 2 films. My mother had the habit of, going every film when they change, she will take me. And among 4 brothers and 1 sister, I am the only one who was so interested in cinema, so she used to take me. From the age of 4 to 5, I have been fascinated about cinema. I have been watching what I can call it, thousands of cinema. It started with Tamil Telugu, then it went to Hindi cinema after I moved to Bombay. Then I moved to Hollywood, a lot of Hollywood cinema, then gone to Malayalam cinema. So then Kannada cinema and Bengali, Marathi and all kind of languages. I love today a good cinema, whichever language is that. See, when you are born with cinema type, I'm saying that when you are a very young age of 4 to 5 itself, you started liking cinema. It is with you, and you are waiting for a chance to be part of the cinema industry. And I have been looking for an opportunity to be part of cinema industry for quite some time. I did my MBA, and then I was working in Nerolac Paints. Then I was working in Asian Paints. When I was working in the paint industry, I used to work with a lot of cinema people. In fact, I did a lot of programs on paints with the cinema people. So that time itself, people used to ask me, like, what is this fascination for cinema? All the time you are linking even paint industry with cinema. I said, no, there is, I don't know, it comes within me. I like cinema. I like to be part of cinema, and I would like to do something in cinema. So everybody said, no, you should be then in cinema. Why are you being in another industry? So I said, it's like I'm a fish out of the water, and when I get the tank, I'll jump into it. So I was waiting for the tank. The first opportunity came in, after I worked with the Nerolac. And in the year in 1999, I got an opportunity with HME, that's called Saregama today. Saregama HME, I joined as a general manager, and I was started interacting with a lot of producers and directors, listening to music. So those times the concept is like when we buy the music rights for Saregama HME, we used to listen to the music. So before even any audience can listen to the music, I was the first one to listen to the music of the films. So I listened to lots and lots of songs, including that's the time we launched Aris Jairaj in Minnale. That is my proud launch, in the sense we took in HMB the rights of Minnale, and we launched Aris Jairaj. Then we were working with, in one stretch I worked with A.R. Rahman for 6 films, including Alipaide, Kandukondain, Rhythm, and so many films I worked with them, Star and all. So at that time I was part of a lot of audio launches, and I interacted with the legendary actor Shivaji Ganeshan. I interacted with lots of people like Mani sir and Rajiv Menon, so many producers, so many directors. In 3 years, I would have dealt with something like hundreds of talents. That's the time I really become a part of the industry. Then it became like I was part of the industry from 99. So then onwards, no looking back. And then I moved to Mozabear. Then I was after that in UTV. So I am part of the industry from that particular period. So I was dealing in music. Then I moved to home video, which is films. Then I came to film production itself. That's how my transition from step by step. I would call it a successful producer is all about ability to sustain the failure. See, very easy to get success, but your ability to sustain failure, in the sense like I'm talking about survive amidst failure. If you look at it, lots and lots of producers had a lot of failures. If you read the book of AVM, first 4 films continuously flop. He survived the failure, and then he overcame, and then he started becoming a big successful producer. If you look at their 175 films, they would have given some 50 hit films, but then they would have given 100 flop films. But yet, as a company, it got such a big name. So you have to remember one thing: how do you survive amidst failure? So how do you protect yourself? financially, how do you protect yourself? How do you make sure your stakeholders, those who invested money in the company, in the film, how do they survive? And because end of the day, film is not in the hands of the producer. Film in the hands of the completely the creator. You might like a particular script, as a script, it might look good, but when it is translated on the screen, how it looks, we don't know. We really don't know. So we really have to depend on the director to come out with the best film. So end of the day, the captain of the ship for a film is only the director. So you are relying on the director to come out with the best film. So you have to remember one thing: when you are going to be relying on one individual or his team of people to deliver the best film, so you better protect yourself. Don't sink if the film sinks. So that is what I learned, and I would always wish that any producer today, hundreds of producers, they come and go only because they don't look at the downfall. They look at only the upside. They think that it's all hunky dory, it's like a rosy picture, the film will definitely succeed. I look at it only one thing, like what if the film doesn't work, how much I lose, how do I protect myself, how do I de-risk my film business, how do I recover my investment before the film release, how do I make sure that my loss is minimum even if the film doesn't work with the audience. So when you protect yourself, even in a failure film, okay, you can still be successful financially. I learned this great skill from one of the eminent producers, Kalipuli Dhananjayan. Dhananjayan always used to tell me that when you are dependent on other people to come out with the best film, better protect financially. Then he would not have delivered so many hits, but he is a very successful producer. He would have delivered some 10 film hits, but then he has done 50 films. But if you look at it, he is the most successful producer because even in a film which didn't work with the audience, he is a very successful financially. So I learned a lot of things from him. I really wish even if I can follow 10% of him, I'll be more successful. A film, whatever it may be, like whether it is a commercial film or a non-commercial film, there should be something new in it. It can't be like I've seen this kind of script already, I've seen so many films like that. That doesn't work with the audience. The audience today are looking for something new all the time. So we have to be clear about it. Audience are not waiting for one more film, they are waiting for what is new in this film. So I look at only one thing: is there something new in it? Is there something exciting in it? So that is one of the director recently told in BAFTA when I was listening to a class. He said there should be a hook, which should actually hang the audience. It should keep the audience engaged. So if that hook is not there in that particular script, so I don't really get excited. There should be something. Wow, this is definitely can work. Nobody can guarantee. May work. Can work, that kind of belief should be there. If it is ordinary, if it is going to be run of the mill kind of thing, we should not even talk about greenlighting that kind of projects. Right from the beginning, as I told you that films were my favorite work, and watching a lot of films. Along with that, writing came automatically to me. I was a writer from age of 5. I got a lot of awards for my writing and all. I used to write in Tamil. Then I moved to writing in English. So whatever I conceive, whatever ideas come to me, immediately I have the habit of writing. So I will write it down, and thanks to computers, it's easy. Like it's not very painful to write it down. So any idea come to me, immediately I'll open my laptop and I'll write down whole ideas. I'll write it, and I'll keep it stored as my ideas, my articles. Some idea, anything is there, I'll write it and keep it. So that's how this whole thing came about. My first book came, I wrote hundreds of articles actually. I wrote for Times of India, I wrote for Economic Times, I wrote for so many newspapers, I wrote for so many magazines. And then came an idea like, I'll write a book. And then came Best of Tamil Cinema in the year 2011, released by Galada Cinema. It was very successful in the sense like everybody keep that as a benchmark book on Tamil cinema. Then that led me to do the second book called Pride of Tamil Cinema, which got the National Award for Best Writing on Cinema. And along with that, I was also writing in Tamil about what's happening in Indian cinema. That's actually published by Indu. The Indu has a Tamil book called, Velithirayin Vetri Sutrangal. So I've been writing even now, every day I write. Today also there is an article published. So I keep on writing. Anything idea comes to me, I have this habit of writing. Writing is the best way of expressing your thoughts, and whatever you think you can't really communicate in any other medium, write it. BAFTA is a dream venture of not mine. It's a dream venture of so many people involved in it. It's a dream venture of Mahendran sir. It's a dream venture of Bhagira sir. It's a dream venture of Nasser sir. Everybody had a dream. In fact, if you really ask them, including Madhu Ambat sir and Lenin sir. They all had a dream. They all had a dream of actually having a film institute where they can teach, because they are the masters. They got a lot of national awards. They got a lot of recognition in the industry. They all had this dream that we need to teach whatever we learn to the students, and they didn't know how to go further on it. One day I had this dream. Suddenly I woke up. I said, no, I learned a lot of things and I'm learning every day. Where is the opportunity for me to share with a bunch of students on a daily basis? How do I get an opportunity like that? So, and then I said, why not we start? This is like, how I wrote the book Best of Tamil Cinema. So when the trigger came, when somebody said, no, there are no books on Tamil cinema in English, I said, no, if there are no books, I will write. Exactly same thing. Where is an institute which can integrate a lot of masters, and where it can bring in masters in one forum, one umbrella, and give the best to the students? And I was, suddenly came out with this idea. Then I started putting together, and I went to each and every one. You won't believe it. In my whole life, the most easiest thing was to set up BAFTA. You know why? Everybody had the same dream. I just have to collectively bring them together and just go and tell them. They said, no, I had the same dream, man. Good that you came, and let's do it together. And it's not that I had to go convince them, art sell the concept and make sure that they come on board, and nothing like that. Everybody was actually sharing the same dream, and they said, no, let's go ahead and do it. And they all become willing partner to this venture, and we all joined together as a team. And I'm happy that I got such a best talent who has accepted me as a team member. It's a proud moment for me. Such legends like Nasa sir to Mahendran sir and Lenin sir and Kannan sir and all treating me like a team member. They are like legendary people with 30 years of cinema experience. I am nowhere compared to them. But when they treated me like a team member, included me, and they allowed me to go ahead and set up this whole thing, then I want to make it big. I want to make it appropriate to them. And we created this BAFTA with that particular objective. Today our students and anyone who comes here, any master who comes here, the first thing they tell us, this is the best. In fact, Nasa sir always says this, this should have been set up by government. Such a wonderful world-class institute should have been set up by government. But here comes a man with a lot of dedication and passion, and he has done it. And they are all enthusiastically participating because they believe this is the best thing to be done for the students and for the best of Tamil cinema. So we are very happy that we are training our students with the latest knowledge and with the masters, and they are getting the best exposure to the industry, and I am sure they are going to come and rock Kollywood, not just Kollywood, and the entire Indian cinema very soon. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for interviewing me. Thank you.